everyone, hope you're doing amazing today. We're doing really well, thank you. My name is Carolina Fonseca Jimenez. I focus on doing children's books that promote love, unity, and peace. And as you know, we also interpret dreams. The reason we do that is because when we listen to our dreams, we connect with our subconscious. And when we share them, we connect with one another on a more profound level. So guys, in this video, we're going to talk about the most popular question of the week, and that is, how can we be certain we're interpreting our dreams correctly? All right, this one is really important to me, guys, because I want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you feel confident during your dream journey. So let's go ahead and get started with this one, because I can tell you, when I first started my dream journey of writing my dreams down and trying to understand what they were trying to tell me, I felt a similar way. I'm like, how can I be sure that I'm interpreting these correctly? All right. Now, the way that I knew was because I knew my feelings would be connected to them. I knew my feelings would be associated with them. Let me kind of give you a visualization here. Okay, let's pretend that this is dream world. Okay, this is my dream world right here. I have a dog, I have a cat, I have a house, I have a person. Okay, I have a lot of dream symbols going on in dream world. All right. Now, the bigger question is not just the symbols that I'm seeing, but it's the core. It's how am I feeling? The feelings that are going on during your dream world are what is sustaining the dream, okay? Because everything that is being done within the dream will be coming out of this feeling, all right? That's why I'm always asking you, what were you feeling during the dream? Because your feelings will help guide the interpretation. If you're feeling love during the dream, it's simply letting us know you're operating out of loving energy. You're in a really good place right now, and you're connecting with your house in such a way, with the dog in such a way, with all of these people in such a way, okay? But now, if instead you're feeling fear, anxiety, worry, those kinds of things, and you're seeing the same things, house, cat, dog, person, okay, can you see how because you're feeling this, now you're looking at the house with fearful eyes, now you're looking at that person with fearful eyes, the interpretation is going to be completely different, all right? That is why it's so important that we simply accept what we're feeling during dream state. And this, guys, is not just going to help us in dream state with dream interpretation, but it's going to make you a stronger individual in waking state. Let me explain this, okay? Remember, whenever we're in waking state, oftentimes when we're feeling anger or frustration or anything like that, oftentimes we're like, ugh, avoid, I don't want to feel this, avoid it, avoid it, avoid it, right? But in reality, we need to practice simply accepting what we're feeling, right? Just being transparent with ourselves. Okay, I accept it. I'm feeling a little bit anxious because of the situation. I'm letting it get to me. What am I going to do about it? Okay, what am I going to do about that? How am I going to look at it with loving eyes? How can I change my perspective, right? It's taking the power back. Just like I can do this in waking state, I can do the same thing in dream state, all right? And that is the point of this. That is the point of this reflection, because these practices really help empower us in waking state, okay? They're amazing and magical to do in dream state, but the reality of it is that they empower us in waking state, right? That's why it's so important to simply accept what you're feeling, all right? If you're feeling fear, if you're feeling happiness, joy, whatever, let that interpretation guide you. Let that feeling guide you. That is what you're feeling at the moment when you're associating with these images, when you're looking at these images. That is the core of the feeling, okay? So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing that we need to do is trust ourselves, all right? And I'm going to tell you this because I've had this happen a lot with our dreams, okay? So oftentimes you send in your dreams and you say, Carolina, I had this dream. I felt X, Y, and Z, and I think it meant this, but I'm not sure, okay? Whenever you send that, you literally just told me the meaning of your dream, okay? You're just doubting yourself. That's the thing, okay? Oftentimes we've come accustomed to looking outside of ourselves, to getting answers from other people, to making sure that they can verify my information, that they can tell me, am I right or am I wrong? Am I incorrect? Whatever, okay? And your dream world just wants to let you know it's time to trust yourself. It's trying to accept those feelings that you're feeling, right? If you're feeling that your dream means X, Y, and Z, accept it. That is exactly what it means, because that is exactly what you're feeling, all right? Now, if we can learn that, if we can learn to finally trust ourselves during dream state, remember, this same kind of practice is going to reflect itself in waking state. You are going to be more trusting of yourself. You're going to be a more confident individual. Why? Because you've been practicing in dream state. You've been practicing it at the most subconscious level of yourself, right? And it's a whole connection. It's a whole connection with yourself. Now, the third thing we can do to make sure that we're interpreting our dreams correctly is to practice, right? It's just like with anything else. Let's have fun with it, okay? Let's pretend that I'm learning French, okay? If I'm learning French, what do I have to do? I have to learn the letters, have to learn the sentences, like sentence structure. It's a whole process, all right? So it's just the same way with your dream language, okay? The dream language is such a wonderful and magical place. You just have to practice it. The way that we practice it is, if you're having a particular dream, start writing it down, right? Give it some importance. Write down your dreams. Write down your particular symbols, right? Put your symbol down. What did it mean to you in this dream? What were you feeling during this dream? Because that whole connection is going to help you with your dream interpretation, all right? And the more that you practice it, the more you're going to realize you're going to be able to say, this symbol means happiness for me all the time. All the time that I have this dream, this just brings me so much happiness, okay? And you can write that down. You can be certain of that. You can be confident of that, okay? But now, also, be able to be fluid with your dreams, because remember, just like you're growing in waking state, just like you're exploring, learning new things, you do the same thing in dream state, all right? So it is very possible that you have a symbol that has been the same thing for you for years, but later the interpretation of it can change, okay? It can change because you change and because you grow. So just be really flexible with that. That is why we continue to practice. And remember, you're always going to feel the connection to your dream. You're always going to feel if that is truly what your dream is telling you, all right? We've got to be able to practice this. We've got to be able to distinguish. We've got to be able to distinguish between what is coming from our loving energy, what is, just letting us know this is what I'm feeling, versus fearful energy. Fearful energy is always going to be that energy that's like making you doubt yourself. It's like this little doubt monster saying, are you sure it means that? Maybe you're wrong. You haven't done this for a long time, right? It's like that little insecurity monster, okay? So if you let the insecurity monster come in, it's literally going to confuse you. You are going to have this kind of internal fight with yourself. You are going to be feeling, I feel my dream means this. I really feel that it means this. But then the insecurity monster, the ego comes in and it's like making you doubt stuff. So now you're having a debate with your feelings and with your mind. Like, my mind is telling me all these other things, but my feelings are telling me this. It is literally time to connect. It is literally time to connect both of these things. And the way that we do that is by being transparent with ourselves, okay? By practicing these things in dream state, they will reflect in waking state. I can promise you that because I've experienced it, okay? That's why I share these videos. So, for example, if I want to be sure that I'm interpreting my dream correctly, let's start again. We do our number one. We simply accept our feelings for what they are. We accept them, we feel them, we connect with them. That's the first thing. I'm accepting my feelings. Okay. Second thing is I trust myself. I trust that I know what I'm feeling. I trust that I'm just being transparent and confident with myself. That's the second thing. The third thing is that I'm practicing this, right? I'm practicing this. I'm allowed to grow. I'm allowed to expand. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'm allowed to do all of these wonderful things, right? So I'm practicing this, all right? The more that I do these three things, the more that I'm going to develop confidence in myself and in my dream interpretation. And bottom line, guys, the more that you do this, the more that you're going to connect with yourself and understand what is really going on at that deep level of yourself. Oftentimes, we push some of the most important things down to the subconscious because we're like, oh, I can't look at it right now. I can't deal with it right now. So I'm going to push it all the way to the bottom. But dream state doesn't want that. Dream state is like, look at this. Let's work on this. I want you to be powerful. I want you to be amazing. But I've got to show this to you. We've got to pay attention to this, right? So if we follow these three steps, we can be sure that we're interpreting our dreams correctly, all right? Guys, like I've always told you, I'm here to simply help guide you with your dream interpretation, but only you know your particular dream language. The last thing I want to say about this too is that, you could use a dream dictionary to help you to begin with, but you will notice that the symbols that they have are more appropriate for them. Okay, they're more appropriate for the author of the book because the author is the one that experienced the feelings, the one that has their particular culture, their particular background, etc. So it can be a really cool way to just kind of learn how they did it and then try to do it on your own. But at the end of the day, you're the only one that has your particular dream language. So that's why I really encourage the practice. I really think that writing down your dreams really helps you, not just to recall the dream, but also to begin to see these certain themes for yourself. Remember, certain themes will have, or certain symbols will have certain themes for you throughout the week, throughout the month, etc. And then what you'll end up seeing is that you'll see, one particular month, everything was about water. One particular month, everything was about like mountains and empowerment, that kind of thing. You're going to start to see that theme within yourself, and you're going to learn so much about yourself and how you see the world. So guys, I invite you to continue on this dream journey with me. It's been a pleasure for me. Anytime that you send your dreams, it really helps me grow too, right? It helps me because just like you, whenever I was younger, I started just doing my dream journals, and that's really how I learned my dream language. And it's a constant process. I am continuously growing just like you are. I'm continuously expanding just like you are. So we are on this dream journey together. And guys, the dream circles that we've had have been amazing. We've had a really wonderful time. If you'd like to be part of our online dream circle, you are more than welcome to. Just send us your information so that we can include you in our next one. We do try to limit it to only 8 people per meeting. So we do rotate folks around to make sure that everybody gets a chance to participate in our dream circles. But anyways, I send you a big hug, everyone. Be confident with what it is that you're feeling. Accept what you're feeling. You know exactly what you need to do, okay? You know exactly what you need to do. We just need to trust ourselves in this process. I send you love, unity, and peace, and we will be in contact. Bye, everybody.